We back. What's going on, everybody? You are listening to and or watching the Off the Cliff Show, brought to you by 14th and Market Podcast Network. Before you do anything, I want you to, if you are listening on Apple or Spotify, I want you to click down below, go subscribe, rate the podcast 5 stars. It's free. All it does is support me. If you're not watching on Apple or Spotify, or listening on Apple or Spotify, and you're watching on YouTube, make sure you also go down below, click subscribe, like the video, comment on what you see. If you're watching something on Instagram or a clip or something like that, make sure you go like the video as well. But today we're going to get into the Sixers loss to the Miami Heat last night, 109-104. Really annoying loss. I wouldn't say I'm mad at it, but it's just what it is when you play the Miami Heat. Also, we're going to talk about performances from that game as far as Buddy Hield, who's looked really good. Still, Tyrese Maxey, Campaign, the new guys, some young guys, Ricky Council, KJ Martin having really good games. Paul Reed as well, what the Sixers couldn't do to close out that game. What we're also going to talk about is the video that I made about Campaign and the clip that I got, talking about how Campaign is a guard Sixers fans aren't used to. Most Sixers fans understood what I was saying. Other Sixers fans are acting like I thought I was saying Campaign is like a great player or something like that, but we'll get into all that. But yeah, man, like I said, don't forget, rate the podcast 5 stars, like, comment, subscribe wherever you're watching, listening. Yeah, but yeah, let's get into it. All right, so like I said earlier, Sixers lose to the Miami Heat last night in their last game before the All-Star break, which will be this weekend. They lose 109-104. Really good game in the first half. Everybody was hitting. Barely any defense was being played, which it felt like. Buddy Hield goes off for 17 first half points. I think he was 4 of 6 from 3. Still being the Buddy Hield that, we haven't seen in a long time or played close attention to. Really being able to shot create, really being able to get other players involved because of his shooting gravity, especially when he's hot like he was last night. The defense really has all their eyes focused on him. And whenever he catches it anywhere beyond the 3-point line, it was like they were trying to send 2 at him or like fake 2, guard him all the way up, sometimes at half court. And he was just able to get a shot off with his shot creation, which has been a surprise that I personally, like I said, last show, was not expecting him to be able to do. He had one where he dribbled the ball up, tween cross, pull up, smack, Tracy. I'm sorry, most of you, I might not know what that means, but 3. So I'm like, oh my God, Buddy Hield is dark skinned Steph Curry, or Steph Curry is light skinned Buddy Hield. Figured it out. But yeah, man, 17 first half points. He was a really good bright spot. Also, Tyrese Maxey, good first half. Maxey is still trying to, I keep saying this, but like he's still just trying to figure it out, like trying to figure out how to be the number one option, how to navigate defenses when all of their attention is focused on you. Yeah, now you have help from Buddy Hield. Ricky Council is playing well, taking the eyes off you a little bit, but it still looks like he's forcing a lot of his shots instead of, giving what the defense taking what the defense gives to him. So like at times you can tell when he's like, all right, I need to go score here. When sometimes you just need to be like, all right, I just need to look at the defense, see what they're giving me. Maybe pass to the open man, maybe go off ball a little bit, and just take what they give me. If they're going to give me an open 3, I'm going to take it. If they're going to let me drive, I'm going to take it. In the first half, he did it really well. He was slow, not not slow in the sense of speed, right? He was just slow in reading the defense, taking what they were giving him. And a lot of times he got to, I think 2 times he got to the mid-range pull-up where Tobias will be occupying space. Once Maxey got there, he 2 mid-range pull-up, good. And he was getting there. He was like, all right, well, if y'all aren't going to guard me right here, I'm just going to pull up. And like I said before, he was like previous games, he was either taking a step back 3 or like driving all the way into the paint versus 3 defenders. And I was really confused why like he didn't have the floater anymore. But yeah, first half, it was a lot more of mid-range floaters. He was hitting some open 3s. But like I said, he still seems like a lot of things are forced and like he's going really fast, trying to use his speed, trying to, force the issue when Most of the time, he doesn't need to do that. Like I say, he's still adjusting. I'm not worried about it. Maxey ended tonight with 30 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists on 52% shooting, 12 for 23 from the field. It's not really a big deal. It was 2 for 7 from three. But like I said, a lot of those threes were like step back, contested, forced threes. Again, not worried about Maxey. It's an adjustment period. This is what third, fourth year in the league. He'll be all right. So getting to the other players, KJ Martin and Ricky Council. Like I said last show, they are the energy guys you just need on a team that are going to get you extra possessions and be able to force the issue a little bit to where the defense is like, all right, we have to like, where the opposite team has to be like, all right, God damn it. We need to still like play. We can't just lie down to, the hospital Sixers. KJ Martin last night, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Ricky Council, very good bright spot, 13, 4, and 2. I want to talk about Ricky Council a little bit because he is showing that he could be a real rotational piece. I said it last night. Signed to a lifetime contract, and this is after. So the Sixers do this thing in Arena where you have to like name different things in like a 15-second period. So like name fruits or something like that, like fruits within 15 seconds, something like that. So he did the Marvel character thing. He named Marvel characters, and at the end, he's like, me. And Kyle Newbeck tweeted out, I'm like, yeah, bro, go ahead. Sign to a lifetime contract. I don't care. But other than that, like he's playing really well. It's really refreshing to see when he gets the ball, he immediately makes a decision. It was last night he got the ball on the wing or the corner. As soon as he got the ball, he saw the defender closing out, and he's like, all right, well, I'm just going to leverage his closeout and attack the opposite of where he's closing out at. And the defender was like on his back heel. He was able to get to the rim and get like an easy layup. And he has the athleticism where he can finish over players like Bam or Jaquez. Oh my God, I forget the Heat rookie name. Jaime Jaquez. So really good. He also had a really clutch three last night. He also did something where he got into the mid range when the Heat went zone, and he got into the mid range and he hit a pull up, which it looked great. And I said, all right, that's really all I need to see for Tobias minutes to be cut in half, because now he gives you like Ricky Council the fourth, nicknamed C4. We're gonna make that stick. Kelly Oubre, shout out you. But 4 rebounds. He plays defense, 13 points last night. He was scoring from all over the floor. And like I say, he's an energy guy that gets you extra possessions. He got a lot of, defensive he got, I think, like 2 offensive rebounds, where defenses just were like, they were waiting for the ball to bounce to them, and he just came and grabbed it. He was one of the few players last night that went and attacked the ball on a rebound instead of watching it bounce to him for the Sixers. So really bright to see. Shout out Ricky Council C4. Hopefully we have you on the show one day. Dope player. Yeah, man. I mentioned the Heat going zone. Let me explain this to you. If you play basketball, zone is the most cowardly thing you can do, because all it is you saying and acknowledging, I can't play man because I'm getting cooked. I'm getting fried. We can't play man. We have to go zone, and I need the help of other players. Like, just be a man. Play up, be a man. If you're getting fried, you're getting fried. It's just what you got to deal with. But if you're in the NBA, you need to I don't care, that's your fault that you can't guard up, buddy. And I guess that you need to switch or do something. That should be a rule. And I know this isn't like anything that's going to happen there, but there needs to be a rule like the challenge rule where you can only go zone for 5 minutes of a game, 5 total minutes of a game, and it has to be a timeout called, and you have to announce it so the other players can prepare for it during the timeout, and the coaches and everybody can prepare for it, because it's so cowardly. It's just ridiculous. And the Heat played it for almost, I want to say 60% of that game, they played zone because they were getting cooked by Buddy Hield and Maxey. And then Ricky Council was doing whatever he wanted. KJ Martin was getting a lot of backdoor. Paul Reed was doing it whatever he wanted. Paul Reed ended with night 18, 12, and 2. But like I said, you need to be able to, you have to call a timeout, and you have to acknowledge like, hey, we're going zone here for however many minutes, and you cannot get out of the zone. You have to stay in the zone. All right. There needs to be a rule, because playing zone in the NBA is just the most coward shit I've ever seen in my life, yo. Like I said, it's acknowledging we can't play man, and I don't want to continue getting fried. And honestly, it's just bad. It's a bad look, because if you're getting fried this much, it looks like you need to be in the gym more, buddy. You die. You don't need no help from nobody else. You need to acknowledge that you're just not good on defense, and we're just gonna play you off the floor if you're not good on defense. You shouldn't go zone. Like what are we doing? Like, yeah, I understand they went zone. The Heat were down Jimmy Butler last night. Who else? I don't even think they were down anybody else. They were just down Jimmy Butler. Make sure my camera cool. But yeah, they was down Jimmy Butler. Sixers are down. Like, they're down 5 rotational players. Like, I can understand when they go zone, but if you're damn near fully healthy, you shouldn't be able to go zone. What type of bitch shit is this? Guard up. Guard your man. If you getting fried, well, guess what? Get in the gym earlier and slide them puppies and figure it out. But yeah, dog, the Heat zone, they're just an annoying ass team to play. All right, it's always something. Everything they do is just fluke. It's never real. They're never actually good. I think my man Lacey tweeted it before. Like, Jimmy Butler, he doesn't care. He didn't play last night, but he doesn't care majority of the regular season and gets to the playoffs and then decides he wants to play and then ruins whatever finals matchup or Eastern Conference matchup that fans actually want to see, because nothing they do is actually good. It's just all fluke. Like, even the rebounding last night, most of the time the ball was just bouncing the wrong way, or like Duncan Robinson hit some fadeaway to the baseline 3 that was like perfectly contested by Buddy Hield, and it just went in. Like, what's happening right now? But yeah, man, Heat, annoying ass team to play. Hate them. Buddy Hield. Well, let's talk about the second half. So the Heat went zone, and you can see here where the Sixers they still just don't have enough shooting with Batum and Melton and Embiid out to really, do anything about a zone. So all the Heat did was, when they would come out in the zone, they would just focus everything towards Maxey and Buddy Hield. So they would kind of like blitz Maxey but keep one person on Buddy Hield. And the Sixers, like I said, still don't have enough shooting to where they can punish teams for doing that. So they would like kick the ball or move the ball around, and it would get to like Kelly Oubre, who had a bad game tonight, or it would get to like KJ Martin, who's not a shooter, Ricky Counts, who I can shoot a little bit, but he's not a shooter, Paul Reed, and the Heat just weren't worried about that. And when the ball would leave Max or Buddy Hield's hands, they would kind of like collapse, get the ball back out of, well, no, they wouldn't collapse. They would just stay like toward Buddy and Maxey and then say, all right, well, these other guys are going to have to beat us. So yeah, like I said, they just don't have enough shooting right now, and that's okay. It was a lot of times like Maxey and Buddy Hield, they understood like, hey, we have to get something going here, and they just couldn't, because the Heat were just so focused on them. They would try to drive and force the issue. Buddy Hield and they both had like a couple turnovers where they would just like dribble into like directly into the zone, and the Heat would just collapse. And it's not like there's nobody they can kick it out to for like a good percentage shot. Well, a good percentage shot by, by a high rank, like a high medium 3-point shooter. So I said high medium, high percentage 3-point shooter. So like it's okay. Like I said, Buddy Hield 17 first half points. He only ended with 22 because of the Heat zone and what they were able to do, and basically cut off everything that he wanted to do as far as pull up threes and getting open and moving off ball. Sixers were also like, this was also like a bad Buddy Hield defensive game, which I knew was going to happen eventually. He was just getting like caught off ball, like looking or falling asleep, and then the Heat got so many backdoor cuts, bro. Like Jaime Jaquez, like Duncan Robinson, Tyler Herro, they was pick and rolling this to death. It was just like, it was a point in the fourth quarter where Tyler Herro and Bam went on like an 8-0 run by themselves, and like everything was pick and roll Buddy Hield, and like he just wasn't big enough to get around the screen or really contest anything or get through it. Like we all knew what happened. Like, it's not mad at it. Like, again, the Sixers are down 5 of their top rotation guys. So, and most of them are defensive guys. So, it's just something that we're going to have to deal with going into the stretch. It would have been nice going into the stretch on a 3-game winning streak, going into not the stretch. It would have been nice going into the All-Star break on a 3-game winning streak. Then we get to watch Maxey in the skills competition, 3-point competition. I think he is in the skills competition. I didn't check that, but All-Star game as well would have been dope. But it's just something that we live with. The really annoying thing about last night were the defensive rebounds. Yeah, it's just been a problem all season, even when Embiid was there. They just don't have the attention to detail of finishing a rebound. And like they have the athletes now, but nobody's going to attack the rebound. Like everybody's waiting for the ball to bounce to them so then they can go and grab it instead of going to get the rebound. So, for example, the KJ Martin rebound that Sixers were down three. I think Tyler Harrow or Duncan or somebody misses a shot. They could have grabbed a rebound. KJ Martin goes to face box out, bam. And when he turns around, the ball is coming to him, but he's just like staring at the ball and watching it come to him. And you got Campaign and somebody else is around it just staring at the ball, and nobody's going to attack the ball. So Bam ends up just tapping the ball to him, to himself, gets the rebound, hits both free throws, Sixers lose by 5. Fluky stuff like that. But it just like they just don't have the tenacity to go get the ball and rebound like a real team. It needs to be addressed. They don't really have rebounders, I guess, like without Embiid. Like they had Paul Reed who had 12 last night. KJ Martin had 3. I mean, no, KJ Martin had 5. Uber had 3. Council had 4. Campaign had 3. They don't have anybody like Mo Bamba, the tallest player on the court, that had 3 rebounds, which is ridiculous. Yeah, just needs to be addressed, and it's not something hard that needs to be addressed. Like just go attack when the ball's in the air. You need to be jumping to go get the ball, or you need to be making a clean box because like Jaime Jaquez got a put back dunk off of one of the threes that the Heat missed, and it's like Maxey went to go box out Bam, but KJ Martin was there, and he just like Maxey just completely forgot about Jaquez. Am I saying his name right? It's Jaime Jaquez, right? Yeah. He just completely forgot about Jaime Jaquez on the wing, and he just dove in, grabbed the rebound, got a putback dunk. In the guts of the game. So just attention to detail, something that I'm pretty sure Nick Nurse will fix. And it's also a problem without, like I said, 5 players out, man, and they play. Like these are players that get minutes. So, and they're tall and they're rebounders. So like Nick Batum, Rocco, DeAnthony Melton, like these players get rebounds. Tobias Harris, like, yeah, man. Another bright spot, Buddy Hield 10 assists last night. Like I said, when the defense was, folks in the zone and shifting the zone over to Maxey and Buddy Hield, he was able to, oftentimes find the open man. But when they really decided to clamp down, it was hard because the players that need to make the shots weren't making the shots. But yeah, that was like the rundown of the game last night. Like I said, not worried about anything. It was just annoying to watch. Like they're down, the Hospital Sixers. They should be getting Melton, Nick Batum, Tobias Harris all back. Robert Covington, I don't know when he'll be back. And, we're expecting Joel back towards the end of the season, but whatever. Like, it's a loss. They just need to get to like 13 or 14 more wins to get out of the play-in. That's all I'm really concerned about. Get Joel back, go for a healthy playoff run, and maybe have a run like the Heat and the Lakers last year where they are a lower seed and they're able to make it to the ECF, man. Especially if Joel is playing at the level he was playing at before he got hurt. So the campaign video, I need to break it down because some people didn't understand what I was saying about campaign and how he's a Sixers guard. Sixers fans are not used to having. A lot of people tried to compare him to James Harden last season. No. What I was saying was, I'm not saying campaign isn't like a future all-star. He's going to be like great for the Sixers, which while he has been good, not last night, but like he has been good. I'm not saying he's going to be like an all-star or like a starter for the Sixers. I'm just saying we're not used to seeing multiple guards that can dribble with their head up and control the offense and are very decisive in what they are going to do. When Campaign has the ball, he is very decisive in what he wants to do with it, if he wants to get people open or if he wants to attack and try to score. Okay? James Harden did not do that. He was very indecisive with what he wanted to do last season and the season before that. And that's what frustrated a lot of us Sixers fans because we all know that we wanted to aggressive Harden that can control the game. He was not that. He was maybe that in game 1 of the Boston series. And what was that, game 4? Game 3 or 4? No. It was game 4 of the Boston series. Yeah. He was that. And then but the problem was he was not that often. Okay. He wasn't decisive on what he wanted to do. There was games where he was slack off. You're like, yo, what is Harden doing? Campaign, at least I know what I'm getting out of Campaign. All right. I'm not used to seeing the Sixers guard know what they want to do outside of Tyrese Maxey. And now we have multiple Sixers guards. We have multiple Sixers guards that can do that as far as Buddy Hield and Campaign. That's all I was saying, y'all. I wasn't saying he's going to be an all-star. I wasn't saying that he's going to be some great player for the Sixers. I'm just saying Sixers fans are not used to having an actual point guard know what they're going to do, and we know what we're going to get out of them production wise and what we're watching. That is all I was saying. Okay, so everybody stop trying to act like I didn't watch James Harden last season. The reason a lot of Sixers fans were fine with him leaving is because we all watched James Harden last season. We were all perfectly fine with him leaving or opting out. We knew we didn't want him back on the max deal. So, like, we're getting a lot of stuff that we get out of Tobias out of rookie council. I don't see nobody mad about that. So, and a lot of y'all want to sign for council like a 4-year deal, which he probably should get. But like, I just wanted to address the campaign video, man. I'll probably make a clip out of that and figure this out. I'm just trying to make sure my camera is not like dumb blurry. But yeah, man, hold on. Let me try. Man, I don't know what's going on. Does it be looking blurry and then it be coming out great? It might have got better. Yeah, man. That's all I wanted to do. But appreciate y'all for listening. Y'all see my dog in the background if you're watching on YouTube. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all for listening. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe wherever you're listening and or watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It is free. Rate the podcast 5 stars. Need to figure out what I'm going to do for this thumbnail. And also, hey, YouTube cut it out. All right. Oh, and Dub, you see the Dewey? We back. Black John now. Feel me? But yeah, man. Holla at y'all. We will be back maybe after the All-Star break, or I'll be talking about the All-Star break. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching or listening.